I'm not a political expert, but while Biden was preparing at Camp David for a week, did anyone mention he would also be on camera?
It was a visual contrast that was tough for President Biden last night. The hoarse voice, the open mouth look at the CNN debate that did nothing to allay voter concerns about his mental acuity and his stamina. And while Biden looked down, some Democrats told me that they are starting to look around to search for another candidate who could top the Democratic ticket. Now, joining me now is Michael Smerconish. He is the host of CNN's Smerconish and, of course, a CNN political commentator. Michael, good morning. I've been looking forward to hearing your thoughts on what we saw last night.
Can I pick up on what Jon Stewart just said, which is, with all that debate preparation, you roll tape, you analyze tape. It's like NFL football preparation. I was shocked, and I just knew from the outset they must never have shown the president what a split screen looks like and what he looks like. Kasie, I've looked at myself over the years on tape with mouth open and looking foolish, and it's only when you analyze the tape, as they should have done, that you realize, oh, wait a minute, that camera's always going to be on me, and I'm going to want to have a particular expression on my face. I said yesterday that delivery was going to be more important than substance, and that's exactly what came true. It's all about the lack of delivery from President Biden and no amount of fact-checking of Donald Trump, because I'm sure that debate was littered with falsehoods from Trump, but no amount of fact-checking of Trump is going to compensate for the delivery that we saw from President Biden.
Michael, do you think that the talk about potentially replacing Biden at the top of the ticket, and I have heard several people suggest it to me privately, David Axelrod touched on it publicly when he was on our analysis last night. Do you think there's any there?
There has to be there. This was not just another incumbent having a poor first debate a la Reagan, a la Obama. What ails President Biden, by the way, it gives me no pleasure to say this, I think he's a good man. What ails him can't be fixed. They need to make a change. And Donald Trump may lose by winning, because I'm convinced that there are stronger candidates, stronger opponents for Donald Trump in the Democratic field. So that if it's not Joe Biden, Trump ought to be concerned with who might be that replacement. And I'm thinking beyond Vice President Kamala Harris.
Yeah, who are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about Gavin Newsom. I'm thinking about Amy Klobuchar. I'm thinking about Gretchen Whitmer. I'm thinking about Josh Shapiro. I mean, there's a deep bench for Democrats, a whole new generation of leaders who are out there. And, you know, there's a yearning, I think, for the public to have something different than they saw on that stage. Oh, my God. I think I tweeted on multiple occasions, that's the ultimate low point of debates. And then there would be another one and another one. I've never seen anything like it.
It was quite a night. Michael Smerconish, I'm very grateful to have you this morning to hear your take. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kasie.
All right.